Good morning, yogis. Jenny Wise here. So I am super excited. Those of you that are in our Facebook group are going to see this pop up. And also those of you that are following our business page. And I also am sharing this on my personal page because this is basically just a free guided meditation and breath work. And I'm going to take you through letting go of the inner critic voice and focusing on self-love. So here we go. Okay. So good morning. Take a deep breath. Give myself just a sip of water here before I get started. Give people a few minutes to join. Apologies, I was running a few minutes late this morning. Have a little bit of a yoga hangover. I actually taught yoga last night as well at the beautiful Carrie Yoga Collective. So here we go. So many of you who have been taking our classes, or this might be your first time joining us, that you know that I do different resins and Palo Santo and sage and essential oils as part of the yoga psychology experience. And the reason why we use these other senses is because it helps the mind, body, and soul to heal more deeply the more senses that we use. So this morning, I am going to choose a wild orange because I'm needing more uplifting. Also because the citrus oils and the rose oils and the flower oils, for example, a jasmine, rose, gardenia, these are all really good oils for the heart chakra, the anahata, the atman, the soul. And so since we're going to focus on letting go of the inner critic voice, letting go of perfectionism, letting go of the taskmaster, letting go of imposter syndrome, letting go of comparison with other women, I'm going to choose a citrus, which helps to open up the heart chakra. So again, you want to take just three just little drops of orange or whatever that oil is. And again, if you don't have an oil, just simply close your eyes or have a soft gaze and just get yourself prepared for our breath work and meditation for our little mini sadhana practice this morning. Now, I also, in my own personal sadhana practice, use resin, and I also use this while I'm teaching. So if you have joined us, by the way, let us know in the comments where you're joining from and who you are so we can see actually who's joining this morning. I see some folks are joining, so definitely let us know in the comments where you're joining from. And many of the students that have been joining are beautiful soul sisters that have already joined our yoga teacher training program. So congratulations to them. And I did want to also mention, just a reminder, that we have a bonus going on right now for those of you that listen to this for the first time. It's a $1,500 bonus that if you sign up for a consultation, no obligation, either for today, tomorrow, or by Monday, and you can sign up by Monday for this week, there's a special bonus where we're actually taking you through a 14-day detox and cleanse. So just reminder of that. And that is wisemindsoulwarrior.com or wisemindsoulwarrior.com/book. And I'll put that link in the comments before we jump off here. So I wanted to show you this. This is actually resin that I've just ordered from online. This particular one is called Dragon's Blood, and I know that's a little bit of a weird name. The other one that I really like is White Copal. But Dragon's Blood is a blend, and I just really like the scent of this one. It just turns out to be one of my favorites. So I'm going to put a few of these on here, and I kind of take you through like the different charcoals and things that you want to use if you decide to use this type of resin in your own practice, or whether you choose to use this in teaching. So for example, last night, I went around each student and did the resin around each student. So I'm going to use my feather here. I'll show you my other giant feather that I use. Usually only use this for retreats or sometimes special ceremonies. So for example, when we do a yoga teacher training graduation, or as I mentioned, retreats, or maybe it's a summer solstice where I'm using a bigger feather like this. But oftentimes for my own practice, I'll use, just a smaller feather. And then you can also, I'm going to put a little bit more in here. So you can also use Palo Santo, as I mentioned, or sage. And you literally are just kind of bringing the smoke towards you. And again, it's just clearing out emotional rinsing. It's actually clearing, it's a way to clear emotions, and it's a way to clear the mind and body and soul for your practice. And again, you can bring this up around. This smells really, really good. Okay. So I'm going to take you through a pranayama practice to prepare your mind and body for meditation. And when we do the sadhana practices in our training, and for those that are just wanting to learn a stress resilience and an emotional resilience practice off the mat, this sadhana practice of guided meditation, breath work, and mantras and affirmations is the science behind it is it's actually creating a shift in your mind, and it's creating new neuron pathways in your brain simply by doing these breath works and meditations. Also, from a soul perspective, you are healing your heart chakra, you're healing your soul, you're clearly connecting to your soul. And so there's a science and soul behind every practice that we do, and the way we set it intentionally for you as we walk you through each practice in Wise Mind Soul Warrior. So with that, we're going to do a really simple breath this morning. It is 3-part breath, and it is called Dirga Pranayama. And so I did Dirga Pranayama actually in the Heal Your Inner Critic Challenge, and we did that the very first day. So the Dirga Pranayama, which is a 3-part breath, is a very simple breath. You are starting at the base of the spine, at the belly, and then you're coming up to the diaphragm and to the chest, and then you're pausing, exhaling, chest, diaphragm, belly. So again, from the belly to the diaphragm to the chest, and pausing, exhaling from the chest to the diaphragm to the belly. Now, this is a beautiful breath for stress, for anxiety. It also is a beautiful breath because it's very practical and you can use it at any time. So for example, you can be sitting in a Zoom meeting and you can be doing that breath and getting that full breath, and nobody knows that you're doing it, right? So if you're starting to notice, right, that's part of what we teach you in Wise Mind Soul Warrior is the mind, body, breath awareness. And that's also part of mindfulness and a mindfulness practice, is that you can actually start to know when you're going into fight or flight, and you can bring yourself out of it more quickly, and also go into fight or flight less often and stay in relaxation response more often. Okay, because stress is a huge damage that you're doing to your body and raising the cortisol levels in your body. And so it does all kinds of damage. Now, the beautiful thing about meditation is that it actually can reverse. They've actually done studies, so this is scientific, of 10 to 15 years of reversing stress damage through meditation. So I can definitely attest to that in my own life, that it has reversed a lot of the stress damage that I've done in the past. It's reversed it on the inside. It's reversed on the outside. It shows up in my skin. It shows up in many different ways. And so I'm very grateful to have found a meditation practice. Okay, so We've got some ladies that have joined. Welcome, welcome. And again, as you join, please leave your name in the comments and let us know that you are here. If you have any questions as we go, I'll try to answer those at the end, because this is also considered a live Q&A. So if you have a question, feel free to put that in the comments. And again, I will put the consultation call in the comments at the end as well. Right now, I just want to focus on the breath work and the guided meditation. So let's go ahead and do 15 rounds of the Dirga Pranayama. And again, just know that when we're doing our sadhana practices in our training, that we're doing 3 rounds of 15. So this is just a little mini sadhana of what we normally would do. Very mini, okay? Because we usually would do mantras and affirmations, and we're only going to be on here for about 30 minutes this morning. Okay, so here we go. Starting at the base of the belly, coming to the diaphragm into the chest, pausing, exhaling from the chest to the diaphragm to the belly. I invite you to close the eyes or have a soft gaze. If you don't feel comfortable closing the eyes, that's perfectly fine. You can keep them open. So here we go. Inhaling from the base, diaphragm, chest, and pause. Exhaling from the chest to the diaphragm to the belly. Inhaling from the belly to the diaphragm to the chest and pause. Exhaling from the chest to the diaphragm to the belly. Deep inhale, base, belly, chest, and pause. Exhale, chest, belly, base. Inhale, base, belly, chest, and pause. Exhale, chest, belly, base. A few more here. Inhale, base, belly, chest, and pause. Exhale, chest, belly, base. Base, belly, chest, and pause. Exhale, chest, belly, base. Now I want you to take 5 of these to your own breath, your own fingerprint of breath. We each have our own cadence. So again, from the belly, from the base to the belly to the chest, and pause. Exhale, chest, belly, base. And again, just take 5 of these at your own pace. Just take a moment to notice any shifts in the body, any shifts in the mind, any shifts in the heart space. Palms are going to be facing down for grounding. Palms are facing up for receiving. You know, as we move through our guided meditation, I'm going to give you a few mantras, or excuse me, a few mudras that you can try. Now, you can simply keep the hands down if you choose, but let me give you a few options. You can also take the pinkies and the thumb and bring them to the heart space. This is the Padme, the Lotus Mudra. So this is meant to open the heart space. So you actually can hold the mudra here. You also can create a heart with your hands and actually place that on the heart here. And if you get tired as we move through our guided meditation, you can always just place the hands back down for grounding or the hands up for receiving. You also can take the index finger and the thumb and place that in a wisdom seal here. So again, just finding what your body is calling for here this morning. And again, I invite you to close the eyes or to have a soft gaze, and then just find where your body is calling this morning. So again, if you choose to have the legs out in front of you, if the knees crossed are not comfortable for you, if you have a meditation pillow or a yoga blanket at home, I invite you to sit on that and tuning into, again, your intention, your sankalpa of this meditation this morning. What is it that you want to release? What possibly inner critic do you want to heal? Do you want to let go of the perfectionist, let go of the taskmaster, the workaholic, let go of the imposter syndrome of who do you think you are, let go of the comparison of yourself to other women, or some have even shared comparing themselves to men, right? So maybe you are a woman like me in my past life of working with mostly men, and you find yourself comparing yourself to men. Maybe you're setting the intention, the sankalpa of self-love, of just focusing on radical self-acceptance and self-love and tuning into that. So again, as you join, let us know you're here so that we can see who's here. You can put your name in the comments. So again, I invite you to close the eyes or have a soft gaze. So setting the intention of letting go, your life is filled with too much busyness, too much hurry, too much stress. So just for a moment, let go of all of that. Just for a moment, let go of all of it. We have too many devices that are vying for our attention with rings and beeps and clicks and badges. So just for a moment, just focus here in the present moment. Just for a moment, just sitting quietly, letting the thoughts and emotions move through the body, each seeming crucial and compelling, but these emotions are simply body sensations. You don't need to do anything with them right now. Just for a moment, let them be. Thoughts may rattle in the head, a never-ending stream of words and thoughts. But these thoughts are nothing but sounds in your mind. You don't need to do anything with them for the moment other than simply observing them through witness mind and then letting them go like clouds floating by. Just for a moment, let them be. You may have an urgent sense that you need to do something, that there are actions to take. But you will be able to get things done in just a little while. You don't need to do anything about it right now. Just for the moment, let them be. If anything else arises in your experience, that too is just content. You don't need to do anything about that right now. Again, just for the moment, let it be. If any insights, any visions, any feelings, memories, or other experiences arise, again, that's fine. That is just content. It's only thoughts. You don't need to do anything with them right now. Just let them be. And I just want you to go deeper into tuning into the breath. Again, tuning into the breath. And we're noticing the breath. We're not trying to change it. I want you to tune into relaxing And just start to tune into each inhalation and each exhalation. So notice the breath as it comes in through the nose and it comes out through the nose. So we're breathing in and out of the nose, and we notice the breath maybe as it crosses right above the lip and below the nose, focusing on the inhalation and the exhalation. And we want to continue to take those deep, full breaths so that we can get our body into relaxation response and out of fight or flight. This is where our healing happens, is in relaxation response. So in our meditations, in our yin practices, in our flow practices, because when we are sleeping, we actually, our mind is still going. And so the body and the mind, when we're sleeping, is not fully shut off. So we actually do more healing in meditation, in yoga nidras, in yin, than we do when we sleep. The body is able to repair itself. The mind is able to repair itself. And so that is why meditation is so powerful. And as you breathe, become aware of the state of the body and the quality of the mind. So we're not trying to change any thoughts that come up. We're aware of the thoughts, and that we know 50% of the time the mind will wander. So we let go of our inner critic during our meditation. We let go of our perfectionist. We notice when thoughts come. Something might pop up like, oh, I need to go grocery shopping after this. Well, we just notice it and we let it go, because that's what the mind does. The mind is not going to, thoughts are not going to stop popping up because we're meditating. Do you maybe feel closed off or shut down emotionally in your heart space? Where is your mind? Is it wandering, or is it at home in the breath? Is your mind at ease, or are you restless? So if you are already in that Padme Lotus Mudra or holding the heart, you can leave that here, or you can choose to place both hands on the heart, and one on the heart and one on the belly. And this time I want you to inhale through the nose and exhale out of the mouth. So deep inhale through the nose and exhale, release out of the mouth. 2 more times. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. And how does it feel to place your hands in this tender area of your heart space? This place where we experience love for ourselves and for others. So I invite you to imagine a bright white light around your heart space, or maybe an emerald green light, which is the color of the Untitled Chapter. Or maybe it's a rose gold light. And also imagine a white light or a gold rose light in your mind's eye, right above your forehead. So let your breath become more smooth and effortless, and begin to breathe in and out. Come back to the nose and feel the flow of the air moving into the lungs and back out into the world. So as we bring each breath in, we're bringing in fresh prana, energy, life force, and we are exhaling what is not serving us, and we are exhaling any stagnant energy. So that's the beautiful part about meditation and yoga, is that we are creating life force. And that is why you see so many yogis that glow. Let each exhale, or with each exhale, imagine you releasing any thoughts that are lingering in the mind that are not serving you. So as we release these thoughts and emotions and the inner critic voice, we create space for self-love. We create space for mindful self-compassion. We create space for radical acceptance. So continue to focus on the breath. On each inhale, think, I am worthy, I am loved, and on each exhale, I am enough. On each inhale, I am worthy, I am loved, and each exhale, I am enough. On each inhale, I am worthy, I am loved. On each exhale, I am enough. Let each inhale draw in self-love, and each exhale release what is no longer serving you. With each inhale self-love. With each exhale, release what is not serving you. With each inhale, self-love. With each exhale, what is not serving you. Take a few minutes to breathe and recite this mantra internally and notice how you feel as you say these words to yourself. So speaking to yourself like you are your own best friend. Letting go of the inner critic voice. Telling your inner critic voice, do not speak to me that way. Again, telling your inner critic voice, do not speak to me that way. Telling the inner critic voice, do not speak to me that way. So just like you would stand up to someone in front of you who's disrespecting you, who's speaking to you unkindly, I invite you to stand up and speak up for yourself of your own inner critic voice. So no more self-sabotage, no more self-beating, no more shitting on ourselves. Unconditional love, radical acceptance, kindness, gentleness, compassion, non-judgment, patience for yourself. And again, as the mind wanders at any point, that is okay. As I said, it is the mind's nature to wander. So simply bring your attention back to the breath and notice how the thoughts come and go. Just through witness mind, simply observing the thoughts. Allow them to pass on like clouds floating by in the sky. Maybe you're standing or sitting, meditating at the edge of a beach along the ocean. You're noticing the waves and the thoughts coming in and out, ebbing and flowing, just like an ocean wave. And as yogis, we learn to ride the waves of life from a place of calm and to learn to be calm in the chaos, to learn to be rooted in our prayer, meditation, breathwork, yoga practice, and yoga psychology sadhana practice. Maybe you believe in a higher power and surrendering also to that higher power. So we learn that we can, even in the middle of a global pandemic, that we can be calm in the chaos and we can stay grounded in the storm. That we can simply train ourselves to be still. And we can imagine almost sitting in the middle of a tornado, right? Where wind is rushing around us, but we are firm and we are rooted. And I am so grateful to have learned all of these techniques, to be sitting here teaching this to you, because during this pandemic over the past 2 years, I have become very firmly rooted in these practices. I have not had anxiety or depression, and I have released my inner critics. I have released the perfectionist. I have released the imposter syndrome. I have released the taskmaster. I have released the comparison of other women, because you and I are each 100% unique. There is no one else like us. There is no other story like ours, because it's ours. So when you start to lift the veil of this mindset of comparison, you learn to be in love with yourself unconditionally and not in an egotistical way. So I invite you, because many women, myself included, that when they start to love themselves, they think that it's from an ego place and that they have to be very, very humble. But you can be humble and confident at the same time. And that is the place where I have landed. And so I am here to speak my truth and to share my story of how you step into full confidence and full power. And part of that is being empowered, and part of that is also surrendering to a higher power and surrendering to control, and to learn to live in the flow. And I release control. I let go of the flow of love that heals me. This is one of our affirmations that we sing a lot in Wise Mind Soul Warrior. And this allows our mind and our body and our soul to heal, to let go and release the things, the patterns, the samskaras, the thoughts, the inner critic that does not serve us. So I want you to visualize yourself standing in front of a mirror and look into your own eyes. What do you see? Do you see joy? Do you see love? Do you see your inner critic? Do you see I'm not enough? Or do you see I am loved? I am worthy? I invite you to tune into I am worthy and I am loved. And you can actually write this on a sticky note at your desk, or you can write this on your mirror with lipstick, hashtag I am enough. I have it on my own mirror. I am enough. I am worthy. I am loved. Regardless of what appears in the reflection, tell yourself, I love you. You are beautiful and you are worthy of happiness. Know that what you see in the mirror in this moment may be different from what you see next time that you look. Imagine now that you can breathe into your heart and visualize love pouring out of your hands and into your heart. So I want you to imagine again this white light or rose gold light that is surrounding your heart space, and it's coming from your hand into your heart. And if you choose, you can also imagine that emerald gold or emerald green light, the heart chakra, and let this warm love permeate you from your heart center, resting on the entire body. So imagine like a waterfall. This light, this rose gold light or white light, is coming from the base, the crown of the head, and all the way down to the base of the spine. And you are in this place of healing. You're in a place of restoration. You're in a place of transformation. So feel a sense of comfort and calm traveling up the chest, into the neck and head, out through the shoulders, the arms and hands, and down into your ribs, your belly, your pelvis, your legs, your feet, out through your toes. Allow a sensation of warmth to fill you from head to toe. Breathe here and now, and know that love is always available to you when you need it. Again, love is always available to you when you need it. And when you're ready, just taking a few more deep mindful breaths, And then taking a few minutes when we close the practice to acknowledge this unique experience that you had during the meditation. This is a beautiful opportunity to learn something new about yourself and tune into your physical, emotional, and spiritual needs. Let self-love enable you to build a stronger relationship with yourself and allow you to show up more fully in your life. So with that, let's take 3 deep breaths so we can close out the practice. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, release. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, release. And deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, release. Beautiful. You can place the hands on the knees. Keep the eyes closed, gently, soft gaze, and just notice any shifts in the mind and body. Then I invite you, when we get off of our guided meditation, I invite you to just do a stream of consciousness journaling exercise. And this is what we would be doing in Wise Mind Soul Warrior with some of our guided meditations, is we would invite you after your sadhana practice to just do a stream of consciousness. And this is a yoga psychology technique. This is a yoga therapy technique. And this is where we integrate, where we intersect at Wise Mind Soul Warrior Yoga Psychology School between yoga and psychology, between yoga philosophy and psychology, between breathwork, the asana physical practice, and guided meditation and mindfulness and neuroscience that all equate to, and soul work and shadow work that equate to Wise Mind Yoga Psychology. So again, when we get off of this practice, we invite you to just do a stream of consciousness of whatever comes up for you. So maybe it's, again, releasing the perfectionist, releasing the inner critic voice, the self-sabotage, the toxic thoughts, telling yourself, releasing the inner critic, do not speak to me that way. And really making a conscious vow, to yourself, setting a sankalpa around what inner critic you're going to release. And what does that look like for you? Again, is it the perfectionist? Is it the taskmaster? Is it the overachiever, the workaholic? Is it the stress habit where you always feel like you're stressed? Is it the busy syndrome where you keep yourself busy and distracted so you don't have to feel your feelings or heal your generational trauma? Is it the comparison and conformist where you find yourself constantly comparing or maybe being jealous or envious of other women? Is it the imposter syndrome where you tell yourself, who do you think you are? So I invite you to, again, when we get off of here, to take 10 or 15 minutes and journal, because right after coming off of a yoga practice or meditation practice or prayer practice, right? Prayer is definitely part of my practice, and I believe in a higher power. I believe in God. And so, the prayer is me talking to God or a higher power, if you choose to call it that. And meditation is the receiving. It's the download. So it's able for me to clear my mind through the meditation so that I can receive the download. I can connect to my heart, my soul. I can connect to my intuition, because I'm clearing out, right? I'm clearing out what's not serving me in my mind, my body. And every time we meditate, we are releasing. We are cleaning out the mind. We're clearing the mind just like we would keep up with our body, right? When we keep up with our physical exercise, we're doing the mental exercise of our brain. And this is what keeps us in a really good state of holistic mental health. And so I invite you to join us, because we are advocates for holistic mental health. And many of you know that this has been my journey of anxiety, depression, insomnia, and burnout is what led me to yoga. And so here I am going on 10 years later, and I'm teaching it, and I'm sharing my testimony and my story so that you can heal more quickly. Okay, so one last time, if you have any questions, please feel free to message us. You can put a question in the Facebook group. You can message us on our Wise Mind business page, which is Wise Mind Yoga Psychology Meditation and Mindfulness Center. You also can schedule a call. So again, I'm still doing 30-minute consults over the weekend. I do have time carved out today and tomorrow. I've actually got consultations scheduled this weekend, but I do still have spots available. And then I also have time carved out on Monday the whole way until 9 o'clock Eastern time, just like in the evening, 9 o'clock in the evening. So I've carved out a ton of time on my schedule. And so again, I'm going to put the link in the comments. It is wisemindsoulwarrior.com or wisemindsoulwarrior.com/book. Okay. I see some ladies on here. Thank you so much for joining live. And let me put the link in the comments for those of you that have not. I know some of you on here have already spoken to, and so thank you for joining. So this is the information page, which is wisemindsoulwarrior.com. And you can book a call there from wisemindsoulwarrior.com, and all the information on the training is there. And I've had some beautiful, beautiful consultations this week. I'm so grateful for every single woman I've had the opportunity to speak with. And we are filling up. Our training is filling up. We only have 20 spots open, and they're filling up. So if you are considering it, again, I invite you to book a call because it is part of the enrollment process. So wisemindsoulwarrior.com/book. You can go right to a consult call page if you've already looked at the info page. And one last thing, we are offering a Detox Cleanse, which is a $1,500 bonus. It is a 14-day cleanse that I'm going to take you through. And we also have a guest speaker that you're going to get access to. And he has 30 years of experience doing this. He has studied in India and he has studied in Los Angeles. And you will get access to that guest speaker in addition to my own knowledge and wisdom and taking you through. And that is available if you book a consultation by Monday, May the 23rd. So if you actually get on today or tomorrow and you book a call, or by Monday, you can either book a call for Monday or anytime next week. So as long as you book the call by Monday, you're good. Okay. So I just want to let you know that if you want to be eligible for this $1,500 bonus, don't wait till the last minute, book a call. And again, you can book it this weekend. I have time booked out today and tomorrow and through Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern time on Monday. Okay. All right. So you've got the link in the comments. Again, it's wisemindsoulwarrior.com/book and wisemindsoulwarrior.com. Now, one last thing. For those of you that watched the replay, or those of you that joined me live here this morning, again, if you can take an extra 10 or 15 minutes, even 5 minutes, if that's all you have, to get on right now before you start going off into the rest of your day, I want to invite you to do a stream of consciousness journaling. So whatever has come up for you from the guided meditation and the breath work that we just did around the intention and the sankalpa and the vow to yourself of self-love, of radical self-acceptance, of mindful self-compassion, of letting go of your inner critic, whichever one that is for you, your perfectionist, your taskmaster, your imposter syndrome, your comparison, multiple of these. Maybe pick one you want to focus on right now that you are healing and you are transforming that inner critic. What is that for you? I am a recovering perfectionist and I am a recovering workaholic. I actually have all 4 of those inner critics. And so that's one of the reasons why we did the inner critic challenge that we did, because I have spent going on 10 years healing and retraining my brain and my cognitive behavioral thoughts to let go of my inner critic. Because I can tell you, ladies, I would not be on a live right now with you like this if I did not heal my inner critic. Okay, there is no way I would be on here sitting with you right now. Okay, there's no way, because I wouldn't have the confidence, right? So again, this is not in an ego way. This is a true sense of confidence, a true loving yourself unconditionally. And that means, guess what? You can show up 100%. You don't have to play small anymore, and you can show up You can show up for your family. You can show up for your partner. You can show up for your husband. You can show up for your kids. You can show up in your business, for those of you that run a business or an entrepreneur. And you can show up in your career. You can show up in your corporate career, right? Every area of your life this affects. And again, I'm here as a testimony because it has affected every area of my life, that I have learned to unconditionally love myself and to have radical acceptance. And so you will show up differently in every area of your life. I promise you that. And this is a key core component of the transformation and the healing that we take you through in Wise Mind Soul Warrior. And you are getting, again, if I was sitting with you one-on-one, when I used to do one-on-ones, you're getting that whole process, all the handouts, all the videos of me walking you through that transformation, just like I would if I was sitting one-on-one with you. You also get access to be able to do that with other clients. So for those of you that are thinking about doing coaching or being a yoga psychologist, you have all the handouts. You have done for you handouts beyond the manual. So that is huge. That is a big differentiator in our training, that you are also getting the handouts, that you can go do a workshop, you can go work with other clients, and you can also do other groups. So I'm giving you all that stuff. So I'm doing that because we want to get this work out into the world. And I'm only one person. So if I give all this material to you to be able to use in your own business, now obviously it's not meant for a teacher training, but outside of that, you can use it in your own business. Okay. All right. So I am sending you all so much love, light, and blessing. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your morning. I have basically let you into my own personal sadhana practice of what I do in my practice. And the only difference is that I'm taking you through guided meditations in Wise Mind Soul Warrior. And then our meditations are longer. They're usually 30 minutes. And usually part of that is guided and part of that will be quiet so that you can actually learn to meditate in silence as well. And just know that that's also going to take practice, because it's a lot easier when you first start to do guided meditation. And then eventually you will actually crave the silence. I know that's hard to believe, because when you first start, it's a lot easier to have guided meditation. But I invite you, as you get deeper into your practice, to know that you'll get to the point eventually where you can sit for 30 minutes and sometimes longer than that. Like 30 minutes doesn't seem like a lot of time, and it goes quickly, and you're actually sitting in silence. And your brain actually craves that, and being sitting still and having the quiet. So be still and know, right? So, and stand firm, right? You're learning to stand firm and be calm in the chaos. So even in the middle of a global pandemic, we can learn to calm our mind and body and be in a state of relaxation response. So I am sending you all so much love, light, and blessing. We are going over, I think we've gone into like 45 minutes. So I'm going to let you guys go. Again, I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day. And I cannot wait to continue to connect with all of you. The consultations that I'm doing, again, have been absolutely amazing. And we have some amazing, amazing women. They're going to be joining us in Asheville from July 15th through the 17th. And some amazing women that are going to be part of this next cohort. And I cannot wait to see who else is meant to be part of this. So namaste. Have a beautiful rest of your day. And we will talk to y'all soon.